Hello, welcome to the Breathing Chronicles first video that's not being live streamed. Uh, Today we are doing something I haven't done yet, and that is ranking every animatronic in the game. Literally, we've got even these characters. There are some limitations I'm gonna do though. First of all, I won't be doing um Okay, first of all, what we do, I'll be rating them based on like, alright. So I won't do like FNAF World. I won't do whatever these are. Basically, basically I'll do Insta Pit, the movies. I won't do the books, but I'll do the Twisted animatronics. Um, I'll also do I'll do some of the FNAF World characters. I'll do the FNAF AR. I'll probably try to avoid the human characters if possible. So like I won't do Dead by Daylight versions or FNAF 5 Laps at Freddy's versions. Also, one thing that kind of surprised me, I don't think the Joy of Creation animatronics are in here. I guess it's not out yet, so technically, yeah, okay, that makes sense. We will start strong with the one, the only Freddy Fazbear. Well, my experience with Freddy Fazbear has been quite challenging. You could go watch my FNAF 1 video where we beat Night 6. Um, he's kind of a handful. First of all, I struggled to keep the power um, because I had to keep dealing with this guy and this person and this one and that one. I know their names, but I'd rather not say. Um, but in lore-wise, him being the most dangerous character, Um, he's kind of cool. He definitely puts a lot of. He really does put the horror in FNAF. Um, what else? Um, Also, he started all the lineup of Freddy's, like Toy Freddy, Withered Freddy, Phantom Freddy, Nightmare Freddy, all the way down to like Glamrock Freddy. Where is he? Uh, what the hell is that supposed to be? Is that supposed to be MX? Oh no, that's not MXCS. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Um, okay, we won't do that character because I don't even know what it is. Um, oh yeah, this thing. There is another version of Glamrock Freddy, but I don't think he appears to be absent. We're not doing the prototypes apparently. Um, so yeah, not every character's in this, but not the major ones. Um, So overall, I think he's like a major character. He deserves to go in best. Oh yeah, best is like literally the best characters. Cool is like it's very good, but not as good as the best characters. Good is like characters I like but don't like that much. Okay is like characters that I can stand, but not exactly characters I would prefer. Not great as characters I don't like, absolutely awful as characters I hate. Um, of course, you could also comment to see if I should change anything or with you or not you agree with this. This is based on my opinion. You may all have different opinions, but we'll keep Freddy there. I think a lot of people will agree with me with that one anyway. Then we have Bonnie. Bonnie is a questionable character. Actually, no, not questionable character. He's a rather interesting character. He's a lot smarter, I believe. He attacks more often. He moves quite fast. You have to keep track of him all the time. Um, Also, he's literally one of the few characters that actually give the creator nightmares. Well, that's what I've heard. Um, Also, he started the lineup of Bonnies. With Bonnie's personally my favourite. And then we have characters like I'm not doing these characters. They look weird. Um, I would say Glamrock Bonnie's not bad. Too bad we couldn't see his actual version um, in the game. But oh well. Beggars can't be choosers. And then I think this version of Bonnie is probably my favorite version of Bonnie, as in like normal Bonnie, not like Toy Bonnie. Toy Bonnie is good, but not personally my favorite. Bonnie, I think he's good. He's very cool, but he's probably not my favorite animatronic. Um, he does add the horror quite a bit, so I think I'll put him in cool, just under Freddy. Um, Chica, I don't think she's scary. I personally think she's just she's kind of slow. I mean, she does stay at the door for a while, which forces you to keep the door closed more often, which drains power. But overall, I don't think she's that scary. Also, wait, are we doing? Oh yeah, there is a cupcake. Um, I won't do the cupcakes yet. I'll probably wait until I get to cupcake. Um, she also her like there's a lot of theories about her uh, and her cupcake. Are they both connected to the same spirit? Is that the spirit of her dog? I don't know. Um, I don't think she's that scary. She's not. I don't. I just not like I don't like her, but I don't think she's personally my favorite. Like she, I don't think she's that. I don't think she's that cool. So we'll put her in okay. I'm not a horrible person. And then one of my favorite animatronic variants, in FNAF is Foxy the Pirate. A lot of theories about him. Absolutely. His design is cool. There are a lot of ideas why his cove is closed, why he's out of order, like the Bite of 87, which I personally believe that was actually Mangle, but still not being confirmed to this day. I don't know what these are supposed to. Jeremy and Fritz. I often forget the human characters whenever I'm like playing FNAF games. And then we got Shadow, Phantom Shadow Freddy. Foxy, I personally believe he is one of my. I like to say he's one of my favorite characters, but the reason I probably wouldn't rank him as high is because he kind of annoys me in Help Wanted. As you can see, you don't actually get seen. There's no normal Foxy in the Help Wanted lineup, and he's definitely very annoying to avoid in to check him constantly at Pirates Cove. He's better than Bonnie, but I wouldn't say he's better than Freddy. So we'll put him in cool because he's cool. And then one of the most interesting characters is Golden Freddy, the vengeful spirit. Ooh, I've never. I have to admit, I've never encountered Golden Freddy at all, so I can't really like give an actual proper opinion. I could give an opinion on design. I think it looks very. To be honest, it just looks like Freddy, but golden and has different colored eyes. Um, but the lore around him is rather really creative. Like being possessed more than one um child, being the vengeful spirit, having being like one of the strongest characters. Overall, I think he will also go in cool. I'd probably put him better than Bonnie, but not as good as Foxy. Phone Guy. Should we do Phone Guy? I don't know much about Phone Guy, so I think I'll skip him. Endo 1. To be honest, I never really liked the Endos. Um, but Endo 1. I suppose all I could say is that I don't really like how he stares at me when I check the camera in parts of service. So I'm just gonna put not great. I don't hate it, but I don't like it. Cupcake. Hello, Mr. Cupcake. Is it Carl, Mr. Cupcake, Cupcake, Chica's Cupcake, whatever you say? Um, I kind of like Cupcake. He's kind of cool. Um, he's probably the only character that doesn't actually kill you in the game. Um, he played a huge role in the FNAF movie. Like I said, I'll rate the FNAF movies separately. because they're not the same character. But in the game, he's not really much of a threat. I don't think I'd rank him that high, but I'd probably rank him here. Yeah, here's a good. Um, Toy Freddy, or should I do Mike? I think I'll avoid Mike. I don't really Mike Schmidt until I get to like down here, because Mike in the movie, or at least the guy who plays him, um, actually he's actually the main like he actually exists in this timeline. So it would be safe to say it's probably best I rank him down here than further up. So I just thought I'd make that clear. Toy Freddy. Well, I don't really. Toy Freddy's kind of easy to avoid. He doesn't tap that often. I don't often have to struggle with Toy Freddy, except for the Have Wanted. He's kind of a menace. In the because you have to like equip your mask at the right second. Also, it's kind of hard to check the vents and stuff in Help Wanted. It's a lot more annoying. But I don't. I think he's. I kind of love his voice line in Ultimate Custom Night. This game was totally rigged. It's not my fault. I have these big plastic fingers and can't press the buttons. That's the only reason I rank him in good and not okay, because his voice really sold me when I first played Ultimate Custom Night. So I'd probably stick him here. Toy Bonnie. Mm, Toy Bonnie's okay. Um, the only reason I like him more is because he played Toy Bonnie's voice in the FNAF movie. But of course, again, we're ranking them separately. Him in the game, I guess he's easy to avoid. Um, it's kind of easy to avoid like Toy Chica, Mangle, because you can hear Mangle and you can see Bonnie more clearly, and you actually know when he's gone. So I'd say he's okay. I'd probably put him behind Chica though and Cupcake. Alright, Mr. Cupcake. Um, Toy Chica. There are a couple theories about her, like why her beak comes off. Apparently, it's like some sort of program that happens when she comes off stage. Something by A7. Toy Chica's. I don't really like her voice that much. Um, it does add the evilness. I don't know, but I just don't really like the voice that much. Um, it's better than in the Freddy in Space game. Um, can't remember where she is. Um, she might not be on here, so I can't really. Yeah, she's not on. Oh wait, yeah, she is. Yeah, she's kind of annoying. Um, in the game, I think her creepiness, the scary part where she takes off her beak and eyes. I wouldn't say she's the scariest, but she does add the horror to it again. I'd probably put her above Toy Freddy. It's just the voice that I don't like about this character. And then we have probably one of my favorite toy animatronics. It's probably Mangle. There's Toy Foxy too, but we'll do Mangle. I can't really give much opinion on Toy Foxy except for FNAF World because I think she did kind of he or she. I'll say they. Um, they. It just feels weird to say they. Mangle is probably one of my favorite animatronics. But I personally believe she's the cause of the bite of 87 and the idea that she was torn apart, taped back together. The story is cool, but it makes me feel bad for her sometimes. So I can understand her aggression towards security guards. Um, I also like the fact she can climb walls. It's kind of unique. There's not many characters that do that, especially in the first few games. Um, you, and then we've got Nightmare Mangle. I don't think he. By the way, Nightmare Mangle is referred to as he. Um, so he doesn't climb on walls, but I think Ennard does or can. or Ballora. I don't know. Basically, the first four games, out of the first four games, Mangle was the only one to be able to climb on walls and stuff, which is kind of creative. Um, I mean, there's Phantom Mangle, but she's technically not real. Um, so Mangle, I personally think she should go in best. No, yeah, best, but not as good as Freddy, of course. You cannot beat the original unless you find something better. And then Toy Foxy, I guess it's just a toy version of Foxy. I'd rank her lower. I'd say after Bonnie, mainly because we don't actually get to see Toy Foxy in the main game. I mean, I think this used to be canon, but I don't know. And then there's the most interesting character of the toy lineup, the marionette or the puppet. I'd say the only reason I'd rank her so high is because her role, she's technically in the story. She kind of sets up the animatronics being possessed by the missing children. Like we went like Freddy, Golden Freddy, Bonnie. She's kind of like the very center of the story a bit, especially all the way up to FNAF 6, Pizzeria Simulator, where she got captured by Lefty, and then they had the moment with Henry. Um, Also, having to keep constantly running music box was hard, and I guess also the fact that she's one of the most dangerous characters makes her kind of interesting. So I personally believe she deserves to be there. I personally think that's fair. Um, and then there's one of I don't really have much problems with Balloon Boy except for Ultimate Custom Night. I kind of the only I only died once because of him. That's pretty much it. He's not that hard to avoid in my opinion. Um, his laugh is infuriating, but I don't really hate him that much. I'm probably one of the few people that actually like him. So I would put him in I'd probably put him in okay round here. Also, once I put the minutes logged in, so I can't change it. So I hope you're happy with what's happening. I don't think we'll be able to do all of them, but we'll do as much as we can. Um, and then we have JJ. I don't think the only role she really plays is in Ultimate Custom Night, where she disables the camera. No, the doors, and that's really infuriating if you miss her. So so I'd probably put her in absolutely awful. There should only be at least one. I don't want them to be a second. Endo 2. I don't really need. I think it looks better than Endo 1 personally. I like the teeth. Also, the only character, one of the few Also, unlike Endo 1, it actually moves around. So I'd probably put it in okay, but it's not the best. Still don't really like the Endos that much. Basically because they're just ugly without the costumes on. And then we have Withered Freddy. He's cool, but not my favorite. I personally believe Withered Freddy, it kind of takes away a lot of the features that Freddy used to have, like hiding in dark spaces. He makes himself more obvious by standing in the middle of the hallway and staring at the camera or standing in the hallway. So he's not really that. I don't know. I just don't. I just don't think he's a lot like the original. Also, the fact he gets fooled by by a mask of him is absurd and absolutely hilarious. So it only makes sense to put him in good. I like the design, but the character kind of just takes that away. Should we do better than Toy Freddy? Nah. Actually, yeah. There. Better than Toy Freddy, but not as good as Toy Chica. Withered Bonnie. Withered Bonnie's probably one of my favourite Withereds. Of course, well, one of my favourite Bonnies. I wouldn't say it's my favourite Withered. I like the fact he has no face and the red eyes. It definitely makes him a lot more menacing than the others. Also the fact that I think he's the fastest of the others, still retaining the aggression of the first Bonnie, which I like. Also, they kept the similar color scheme. I guess they just got. I guess Scott decided to just keep the design the way it is, which isn't a bad thing. Apparently, he's supposed to be blue, but ended up being purple. But then we got in the FNAF movie setup, I'm pretty sure he's blue. So yeah, definitely slightly different. Also, his voice in Ultimate Custom Night, that was interesting. I believe Withered Bonnie deserves to go after Mangle. No, before Mangle. Because Mangle's quite interesting character, which I like. Withered Bonnie's great, but not as good as these three. They possess a lot. They're like the most interesting characters. And then we have Withered Chica. I personally think she's hilarious. Yes, one time I saw a meme of her advertising Jet2 holidays on YouTube. That was hilarious. It also sounded almost like her, so whoever did the voice acting was very good at replicating this. Um, her voice, her voice is all right. It's kind of similar to. It kind of sounds like a like a raid. I don't know, a speakerphone that's not working properly. Um, but other than that, she's kind of similar to Withered Bonnie in a way. Um, and her jaw, yeah, I think it's a bit exaggerated personally. Also, her no eyelids. Look at the eyes. Just look at them. So menacing. Um, personally, I like Withered Chica. I'd probably put her here. She's not my favorite Withered, and to be honest, kind of same as I prefer Bonnie more than Withered Chica. And then we have one of my favorite variants of Foxy. We have Withered Foxy. Withered Foxy is very interesting character as well. The light mechanic, flashing of the lights uh, to repel him. I do struggle with Foxy. It makes me so paranoid. Like I keep getting afraid that he's gonna just jump at me out of nowhere. He just feels so random. It's like his attacks are so random. It's kind of hard to predict when he'll attack. Also, it makes me nervous to put on the mask whenever I see him because yeah, apparently the mask speeds up his attack timer. Well, that's at least what I read. Um, his design is awesome. Also, I've heard. I think that he was even given a voice at some point in FNAF World. I think, and it sounded crazy insane. I would have loved him to appear in Ultimate Custom Night and speak like that. That would have absolutely dominated all the other characters' voice lines, except for characters like Night Mario. And that I think her voice is probably better. No, is it he or she? Because he's based off the puppet. I think it's he. Never mind. But Foxy is cool. I did try to make a anime's character of him, but that didn't go well. I'm horrible at rigging. I'd say just because I want to, Withered Foxy goes there. No one could convince me otherwise. Absolutely not. And then we have Withered Golden Freddy, which I think is my favorite variant of Golden Freddy. Um, I like to think because I personally think Golden Freddy is basically Fredbear, but got the name Golden Freddy because well, it looks like Freddy. Um, so I personally like to believe Golden Freddy is kind of like Fredbear, or he is Fredbear, and Nightmare Fredbear. I uh, um, when I first saw Phantom Shadow Freddy, I thought it was Golden Freddy. I was also told this was supposed to be a Phantom version of Golden Freddy, but I think it's just a Phantom version of Freddy. But I can understand why you would get that impression. And then we have we're not rating the Fredbear Stage 01 Fredbear versions. And then we have like characters like there's normal Fredbear from Ultimate Custom Night. And then we have wait, is there supposed to be a prototype Fredbear? No, apparently not. Um and then we have like Fredbear in FNAF World. And then we have Golden Freddy in the FNAF movie, which I don't know if I'm still upset that Withered Golden Freddy did not make an appearance in the movie. A lot of people are very. I think a lot of people were kind of surprised about that. Even Shadow Body got to be in the movie, or RWQ, even if it's for like a few seconds. A lot of people even said that even Shadow Freddy might have even made an appearance. But where was Withered Golden Freddy? I mean, yeah, we got the character who possessed Golden Freddy in the movie. This guy. Yeah, this guy right here. But nope. We don't even get Withered Golden Freddy himself. So he deserves to be I think I rank them close together. No. Better than Foxy. No. Here. Because I rank them both the same. I just think Withered Golden Freddy is better than normal Golden Freddy. It just looks creepier and more lifeless. I don't know. Shadow Freddy. Again, a lot of theories about him. There are a couple theories like this is supposed to be the crying child or his representation of agony. I don't know. Um, I don't really. I don't understand the purpose of Shadow Freddy in FNAF 2. Since he doesn't actually help with anything until FNAF 1. So I personally think he's kind of irrelevant in FNAF 2. Um, I suppose the only reason, actually, I just don't think he plays a major role, so I'd probably rank him higher than JJ. Yeah, I just don't think he plays a major role in FNAF 2. That's why this guy would probably rank higher. Um, RWQ, I think he's probably a very interesting variant of Bonnie. He's like completely black. He actually looks like a shadow, as Shadow Freddy. He just looks purple. Um, Also the fact he wait, is there actually a FNAF movie variant? No. So you could rank him the same then. Also why does that version of Blue Boy look like that? Um so personally I rank Shadow Bonnie kinda high because of his appearance in the FNAF movie. That I was absolutely excited when I saw him. I don't know why. Because I didn't actually think he would appear in the movie. Because a lot of characters do get forgotten quite often. Like, I don't know. Like we forgot Withered Golden Freddy. I thought they were going to forget Golden Freddy in the first movie, but I was wrong. Um, a lot of people, not people, they don't often mention Toy Foxy either. So I'd say RWQ is a very good character. I'm gonna rank him in A. It's not. I personally prefer Bonnie over Shadow Bonnie, but I like Shadow Bonnie. He's very awesome. Um, Toy Cupcake. I'm just gonna rank him next to Cupcake. Nothing's better than the original. I just got nothing. I don't know. It looks cute and everything, but it's still Cupcake. There's literally almost no difference between the two besides the teeth, the eye color, and the fact that actually works. Jeremy Fitzgerald, the bite victim. Um, Again, I can't really rank these. The Paper Pals. Should I do Paper Pals? It would make sense to. I suppose the only reason I'd probably rank them in okay because they make quite a lot of appearances throughout the FNAF. They even made their way to Security Breach, which is crazy. So I'd probably rank them here, probably above Endo. And Springtrap. Ooh, one of the most interesting characters, I believe. The possessed by William Afton. The technically the real main antagonist of the franchise. for the first 6 movies. No, for the first 6 games and the movie. A lot of people think he also returned the security breach, but I think that's wrong. Um, Design, awesome. I think his design is cool. Makes him it kind of looks like a zombie, to be honest. Um, Also, I suppose this mechanic is kind of interesting. Um, the way how it kind of describes how other animatronics work, like following sound. Um, like I don't know, he's just so cool. Um, I like. I personally think Springtrap is a very good, cool version of, I'd say, like Bonnie Plushtrap. But the only reason I rank him lower than the other Bonnies, because, well, we know what he did. I would rank him below Golden. I'd rank him here. Better than Golden Freddy, but not as bad as, but not as good as Withered Golden Freddy. I don't know why I'm making so much difference, but okay. Phantom Freddy. I find him easy to avoid, especially in the Help Wanted. I would love to see him in the FNAF 3 movie. That would be cool. Imagine get to see all the phantoms. Like, I don't know about Phantom Puppet in the movie because the puppet's still alive. He's still there in this time. The others are not, so it makes it sense for the others, unless that's the real puppet. No, not really. Phantom Freddy's really cool, but I'm kind of confused about him sometimes because I don't know if it's Golden Freddy or Freddy. I believe he's Freddy, but whenever I Google it, it sometimes says Golden Freddy, but I don't really know. I don't think it's Golden Freddy. Um, Design cool. I'd probably rank him below Withered Freddy because yeah, he just confuses me. Phantom Chica. Well, there's only one thing I got to say. Watermelon. Melonhead. Um, you're literally the easiest character to avoid, with exceptions for Phantom Blue Boy. A lot of the Phantoms are kind of easy to avoid. Like, I tend to avoid, like, the easiest Phantoms to avoid is Phantom Mangle, Phantom Puppet, and Phantom Chica. Phantom Foxy and Phantom Blue Boy are probably the hardest. A lot of people probably barely get scared by Phantom Chica, so I'm probably gonna rank her quite low. I'd say not great, but the memes of her being a watermelon kind of raises it up a bit. Withered Foxy, also an interesting variant. Also the only one that isn't green, at least just green. Um, Also the fact he randomly appears in the office is very annoying. He's easier to avoid in Help Wanted. But unfortunately, I don't really like Phantom Foxy as much as as the other Foxys, because of his randomness, and I suppose he just had the fear factor. So it only makes him right to I put him above Bonnie personally. Look at him, he looks great. Kind of reminds me of Roxy a bit, like the teeth, the mouth shape. I don't know, like Shad Roxy. Don't question that. Phantom Mangle. I like the design a lot. It's probably one of the scariest, I personally believe. Um, Phantom Mangle's disrupted audio thing is very annoying. We could all agree on that. Oh, I don't know how. I don't want to make the sound. The point is, he's very annoying, and he looks cool. A lot of people presume it's a he. I don't actually know. But the truth is that Phantom Mangle deserves to be, I'd say, it deserves to go there. Better than Toy Chica. Or, actually, no. Put it there. Locked in. Above Toy Foxy, but not as bad as, but probably not as great as Bonnie. Phantom Balloon Boy. He's probably the one that got me the most. 100% honesty. So, I don't really like him that much. it's kind of creepy. I'd probably put him here. I just don't like him that much. As a normal balloon boy. Um, the puppet, Phantom Puppet. I personally think she's an infuriating character. Um, I like her design and everything. Her white eyes, very, very spooky. And the fact we actually get to see the normal puppet as well. But the sound is very irritating. I'm just like, please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Don't. Stop annoying me. Oh, is that supposed to be old phone guy? Okay. Um, I probably rank her. I'd say around here because I don't really like this version of Puppet. It's mechanic and sound, but I like her design. That's all I like. I can really say about her. With a no Phantom Shadow, but Freddy. I personally like this version of Fat Freddy. It plays a Shadow Freddy. I kind of like he plays a bigger role in like the FNAF 3 mini games. So I'd personally rank it higher than. Also, I like the design better. I just think it's better than normal Shadow Freddy. Um, I would rank him here. No, here. Not as good as Toy Freddy because of the voice, but better. Mainly because he just plays a bigger role. Um, luring animatronics for them to get dismantled only makes sense too. I'll skip this guy because it's just Bone Guy. Phantom Cupcake. Also one of the ways to get the secret ending. I can't get it. I don't know how. I actually did everything I was told in the YouTube tutorial, like multiple, and it doesn't work. It kind of infuriates me, so I'm probably gonna rank him quite low. I'd probably rank it here. Design is cool, but yeah. Um, Golden Cupcake. It's just Cupcake but golden. I'll rank him here. No, here. It's just Cupcake but yellow. It literally is just Cupcake but yellow. It's almost everything else is the same. And like this guy, who, like this one, Shadow BB or Balloon Boy. Um, I can't really tell much. Um, you see it, you see him in the Balloon Boy mini game, but I can't really give a good opinion because it's just black. It's just a black Balloon Boy with tears. So I'd probably rank him and the puppet low. Actually, I'm gonna put him above Shadow Freddy just to annoy Shadow Freddy fans. um, and then we have Nightmare Freddy. I have to be 100% honest. The only time I've ever actually played against Nightmare Freddy was in Ultimate Custom Night. I'm too scared to play FNAF 4. I haven't played the Halloween version in Help Wanted because I wanted to wait till Halloween this year to do that. So, or at least around Halloween. So, it would only make sense to rank him, to give him a rank based on his design as his mechanics in the game. Personally, overall design, he kind of definitely looks like a bear. He definitely looks like a very ravenous bear. Also, there are a lot of theories saying that this is a nightmare version of Withered Freddy, or maybe it's a nightmare version of Springlock version of Freddy. Apparently, or it's just a recreation of Freddy if he was scary. I don't know. Um, I personally think his mechanic is cool, using the flashlight to keep Freddles away. If you don't, then he comes out of nowhere and kills you. So I kind of like his design. I don't really like many of the nightmares. Um, I'd probably rank him. I think ranking him here is a bit much for me. So I'd probably rank him above with no before Withered Freddy. I love the fact a lot of the Freddys are in the middle, are in the good section, unlike Freddy who's just up here. And the only Freddy that's I actually don't like is Shadow Freddy. Freddles, I'm gonna rank them close to to Nightmare Freddy. It only makes sense. They're technically just mini versions of him. Nightmare Bonnie. I have to admit, no, actually, Face Shadow. No, Nightmare Bonnie. With the exception for. Actually, no exception. I've just ever battled Nightmare Bonnie. I've seen the tutorials and gameplay videos, like Markiplier and stuff. I personally believe Nightmare Bonnie's mechanic in Ultimate Custom Night is kind of boring, like all the others. But in the main game, I'd say it kind of has a similar mechanic to normal Bonnie, which makes the character a lot more interesting. So I'd probably rank him below. I'd probably rank him here. He's cool, and I like his design. Probably bet. Also, I think this is Withered Bonnie with his face on, just a nightmarish version, or he could just be a Springknot version of Springknot Bonnie. I don't know. Nightmare Chica. I have to admit, I don't like her that much. The only reason I would rank her higher than normal, because I like the red eye. That's it. And that's all I got to say. So, Nightmare Chica, you are going here. I just don't like you that much, but I won't give you a terrible rating. Um, Nightmare Foxy. Personally, my favorite nightmare animatronic. Well, one of my favorite nightmare animatronics. With the others being Nightmare and Nightmarione. I like Nightmarione. I like his voice. However, I am upset that Nightmare Foxy was not included in Ultimate Custom Night. And his mechanic is kind of confusing. Like, you gotta repel Foxy in the hallways. Obviously, gets in your closet. You can't even. Uh, I never faced Nightmare Foxy at all, so I can't really give a big opinion. I'd say I'd rank him high based on design. I'd probably rank him above Phantom Foxy, and I'd say he deserves to go here. That's all. That's all I can really do. Plush Trap. No. Just no. Nightmare Fredbear. I like Nightmare Fredbear. I like his voice, like the mixture between a child and an adult or monster is kind of interesting. Um, he's really good in the game as well, like the Ultimate Custom Night. Like you have to shut the doors whenever he appears. But also he was a handful in Help Wanted, it was absolute hell for me. Go watch Help Wanted. I think it's part 3 or 2 just to remind you why I hate this character in that game. I like his design, and I like how he's supposed to be the strongest character because he replaces all other characters. Um, so it only makes sense to rank him quite high. I'd say here, there, you get to be next to Phantom Foxy. I know, it feels so random, but this is basically my opinion. That is all I could say. Nightmare. Nightmare. One of the most, probably scariest animatronic. Also the most interesting animatronics. I think it's supposed to be like a nightmare version of Shadow Freddy, but I like him a lot more than Fredbear. He's actually like pure nightmare fuel. Also the fact he's his entirely own character. Uh, like even his hat and bow tie is different. I personally think he's a lot better, so I think I'd rank him here. A lot better than Springtrap, apparently. um, again, this is my opinion. You could say whatever you want, and if I'm wrong, then I'm sorry. Also, we're finally on double rows for cool. Yeah, I like a lot of the characters, but you can't put them all above, you know. Um, Nightmare Cupcake. just looks like a moldy cupcake. I'd put you here. I just don't like the nightmare version of cupcake. Jacko Bonnie. I like the Jacko variants. Very Halloweeny. Um, Even if they're in the DLC and non-characters, I still like them. I like his design, but again, never faced Jacko Bonnie, so I can't really say much. So I will put you right here. It only makes sense. Better than Bonnie, not as better as Nightmare Fredbear. Um, Jacko Chica. I faced her out for custom night once. Haven't died to her. Her voice is interesting. I like her voice actually. Um, the fire will be burnt eternal and you shall as well. I like fire. I also like fire. Um, I'd rank her higher than Nightmare Chica. I'd say I'd rank her around here. Like I said, I don't hate her, but she's not my favorite. Jacko Chica on the other hand, I like her design better. Other people might disagree, so feel free to mention that. This is literally just a pumpkin. Um, I like pumpkin, so I'll put it here. Um, Nightmarione. This is one of the most probably one of the most cool nightmares. His voice is very interesting. Also, I think he's more wet. Also, he's been mentioned a lot through the latest games. Like he's been mentioned in FNAF 4. Um, he's been mentioned in Ultimate Custom Night. Well, he's actually in Ultimate Custom Night as an antagonist. Uh, I don't have much problems with Nightmarione, except for Help Wanted. Yes, you mentioned Help Wanted. You're even Security Breach. People even said that when Jackie had tears and stuff, um, that that it was somehow related to Nightmarione. That's an interesting theory, but not entirely. Also, I think those are lips. Okay, like to show that it's still the puppet. So it would be fair to rank him the highest based on her mentions. Higher than Nightmare, I'd think. Yeah, I just really like him. Even if he annoyed me a lot in games. Um, Nightmare Mangle. It's just Nightmare Mangle. It's just Mangle, but even worse. Um, However, even though it's like a Nightmare version of Mangle, I don't know. I just really, I personally, I believe he's not as. I just, it's basically just Nightmare Foxy. So it would only make sense for me to rank him here. It's just Foxy, but Mangle-ified. I don't know. Um, Nightmare Balloon Boy. Also no. Um, the Bullies. Michael Afton. Michael, I personally believe I can rank because I actually know a bit more about him. Um, like he's the older brother of the Cry Child. He put the Cry Child in Thing's mouth. Um, how he decided to defeat his or try to defeat his father. I personally think he's an interesting character. He plays an interesting role in the FNAF franchise. Like he's trying to right the wrongs. Like trying to stop trying to stop Springtrap here. Um, Personally, Michael, based on character in the game, not related to the movies, he deserves to go here. He just plays a huge role, and I like his personality and stuff. So it only makes sense to put him here. Um, the others I don't know much about, so I'm not gonna rank those ones. Circus Baby. I have to be completely honest. I really hate her plush babies, but they're gonna be ranked separately, of course. Circus Baby herself. I suppose the fact that she does help us at the start of Circuit's sister location, that raised it a lot. But then she turns against us, and that's not good. Also, notice to things. Oh no, wait, that's a lie. Dash, never mind. Um, Also, the fact that she used to have blue eyes and it took green after being possessed, that's pretty awesome. Um, Also, her voice, the fact that she could sound like the Elizabeth and also sound like her, um, very mischievous and quite intelligent. So I would rank her. Do I rank her next to Springtrap? I'll put you next to Springtrap. There, now you can be next to your father. Um, Blora. Again, lots of theories. Uh, Apparently, it's supposed to represent William Afton's wife. Personally, I kind of found it easy to avoid her in the games. Um, like sister location, she wasn't that hard to avoid. The only time the only time that I wouldn't like that she annoyed me was probably in Help Wanted. When I had to try and crawl for the room. Help Wanted 2 when I had to crawl for the room. Um, but other than that, Balora's pretty cool. I like her. I'd probably rank her here though. Um, we'll put her at the highest. Funtime Freddy. I I would love if there ever was a sister location movie. I would either want to voice Funtime Freddy or Funtime Foxy because they are. I personally think that having a microphone voice for Funtime Foxy for me that would be insane. A performance was demanded of me, and now I have delivered. Encore as Funtime Freddy. Um, hey Bon Bon, go get him. I would love to. I would love to say that as Funtime Freddy in the FNAF sister location movie if it ever came out. And I'm pretty sure Scott Cawthon said that if the FNAF movie does well, he will consider making a sister location movie. That is, I hope, is true. Funtime Freddy in the games. Hmm. What to do or what to do? I was able to avoid Funtime Freddy. In his game, he also gave me paranoia. I keep thinking he was going to attack me. So it can't. But I personally think he's a lot easier to avoid Help Wanted too. But Sister Location, he was very malicious. He was very hard. I am not good at English, so I'm not good at speaking. So please don't judge me for saying random things. Um, Funtime Freddy, I think the bonbon thing, the bonbon meme is probably one of the funniest parts of Funtime Freddy. You deserve to go. I'd say you deserve to go right here. I just really like Funtime Freddy. The memes make it the memes. It's just the memes that make me like him a lot. Um, Funtime Foxy, probably one of my favorite sister location. My favorite and the most annoying character. It's weird, I know. Funtime Foxy, I love the fact that a lot of confusions of gender, but the fact that he sounds male kind of makes it very hard to determine. I'm pretty sure. Also, the fact he was in Ladies' Night and referred to as he, that is very nuts. But his voice, kind of, it's just very hard to determine what gender he is. A lot of people are constantly trying to decide. But third time Foxy in the game, I kind of find him. I got to be completely honest. It was kind of infuriating, but the only reason I was able to defeat him in my sister location run was because I only moved like 2 or 3 steps and then would flash a light after a little while. Um, I personally think it's a lot easier. Also, he was very annoying in Help Wanted. I think he was also annoying in Ultimate Custom Night. Um, I personally think I wanted to kind of ease my mind on Van Foxy. So, in game difficulty, absolutely. In design, yes. I'd rank them close together, actually. No, better than Funtime Freddy, personally. I just like the character a lot. Okay, Ennard. Hmm. Again, I have mixed feelings for. No, I have mixed feelings for this character. First of all, the fact it's an amalgamation of parts of animatronics. That is interesting. His teeth, his mask, the fact he has eyeballs all over him. I'd say I like his design. Also, again, he's kind of easy to avoid as well. Personally, I'd put him here actually. No, here. He's good, but not that good. Um, I hate the biddy babs. They look so creepy. I have to put them down here. I'd say, I say they're better than. Actually, nah. I'll just put them here. Mini arenas, manageable, manageable. Design, they're not as scary as they should be. It kind of remind me of the puppet, actually. If you think about it, hold on, let me grab this. Tell me how similar they look. Tell me how similar, except the fact that the puppet has tears and stuff. Other than that, they look very similar. Not the same, similar. So, and also, I don't know why, they kind of look adorable. I don't know why. So I'd probably put them near the Freddles. Yeah. Also, I did figure out a way to beat them in Sister Location. Again, go check out Sister Location. I'll link a couple of. I'll link the playlist in the description. How about that? 765 images, last modified 30th of January this year. I think when we get Joy of Creation and Five Nights at Freddy's, we'll get more characters, as well as hopefully one day they'll actually decide to make Ruin Part 2. Um, so I think that's Electrobab. Yendo. Hmm. Which it's technically just Funtime Freddy, but without his skin and different coloured eyes. So it only makes sense to rank them both together. Probably before Foot. Except it's still an Endo, so I'll probably rank him lower. I'd probably rank him around here. There we go. Lolbit. I don't really care much for Lolbit, so other than design, I'll put you here, but you're not my favourite character. Electrobab. You'll go with the Biddy Babs. Also, I didn't realise they have different coloured eyes. Um, Bon Bon. I like Bon Bon. The meme is so funny, I can't help it. I have to rank him high. I'll put him next to Funtime Freddy. It's just so funny. I watch a meme where they like blast him into events so like you throw Bon Bon, go get him. Yeah, I think you understand what I'm trying to say. Bonnet. Hmm. I don't know. It looks like Bon Bon, but I don't really. She's not as scare. I kind of like her, but not as much as Bon Bon. Bon Bon's better. I'd say. I'd say here, next to Ennard. Um, hand unit. Hand unit. I think that's either Henry Emily or Jet or either Henry Emily or tutorial unit. That thing is, but hand unit. Um, the fact it's kind of broken. I hate the fact you can't put your own name into it. So it's gonna rank low, but only the reason I like it is because it's his voice. Probably above Endo. I don't know. I'll skip these three because I don't know what they are. Little Joe, Magician, and whatever the hell this thing is. Fortune teller. Fortune teller. Um, Scrap Baby. Scrap Baby. I never actually. I don't think I've ever encountered Scrap Baby. I found it hard to beat Scrap Bottom Freddy in FNAF 6, let alone Scrap Baby if I ever came to her. I like her design though. I think it's better than Circus Baby, to be honest. Also a claw. Man. I'd say above Scrap Baby. Scrap Trap. Interesting design. But why do you have a big head? Why is it so big? Also, how your eyes look like that? Did they used to look like this? How? How? You're very confusing. So I have no choice but to put you right there. Right before Endo. You're so bad, I hate you more than the normal Endos. But I don't hate you that much. Um, Molten Freddy. I think he's the craziest design. Um, yeah, the teeth, um, everything. But you're infuriated in, like... Also, I don't know how I died to you in Ultimate Custom Night Bears attack, by the way. I swear I closed the vent. I even hit you to do the bonk thing. So, I'm ranking you low, but that's the only reason why. Above Chica. There we go. Now, Lefty. I kind of like Lefty. Lefty's cool. Design, the fact that it's a cage for the puppet. The puppet's probably very infuriated at that point. So, it would only make sense to rank him pretty high. Also, the fact you look like Rockstar Freddy. I would rank you here. Above Toy Chica, but not as good as Ballora. Helpy! We all love Helpy. Mini Funtime Freddy. You deserve to go in best. Do we even need to explain why? Here, I believe. I like him a lot, but you just look at these characters. They look so cool. Then we have Rockstar Freddy. Um, I'm not gonna lie. He's kind of annoying. Or keep like, please deposit 5 coins. You remind me of someone I know. Someone I know. I wonder who that could be. But but he doesn't really cause me that many problems, so it only makes some sense to rank him here. There. Okay, that was weird. Rockstar Bonnie. His voice is kind of. I don't know what to. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. I just don't like his voice or his design at all. Also, Bonnie's eyes should not be green. They should be red or something. They should look like normal Bonnie. So I would rank you here. There. Rockstar Chica, same thing. Just better voice. So it only makes sense to put her here. I think Rockstar Foxy's probably my favorite version. Yes, there is a theme here. I'm a fan of Foxy, okay? No need to judge me. I like how he helps you, but I think I died to him once. That's about it. It's very helpful. So I personally would put him right. I would put him right here. Yeah, there's a lot of Foxies here. Um, yeah, there's literally no Foxies down here because I really love Foxy. I don't know why. Um, his bird. I like the bird. I'll put him next to Cupcake. Um, Happy Frog. Um, I like her voice. She's an interesting character because I think it's actually the first frog character. Other than the Jug Band frogs. Although we don't see those on here, so we can't rank them either. Yeah, out of all of these characters, there are not many frogs. Also, there's a shark that I just realised. I think these are from 5 Laps at Freddy's or something. So it only makes sense to put Happy Frog in OK. I'd say better than the parrot. Mr. Hippo. His stories are kind of interesting, but he talks for way too long. So I'd probably put him there. Uh, I like his design though. That's all I can really say about him. Pig Patch. The only mediocre melody to actually attack us in Help Wanted 2. Also in Ultimate Custom Night, I kind of don't understand the mediocre melodies in Ultimate Custom Night, to be honest. Um, Also his voice is kind of cool. I like his voice. Also the fact he's got different coloured eyes. I just like a lot of things about this character. So it would make sense to rank him. I rank him quite high actually. I'd probably put him here. Here. There. Orville Elephant. I actually don't know what to think of this. The only because we did also get a orange version, or like a very older version of Orville in 1979. So personally, I would rank Orville right there. Okay. Ned Bear. Rip off Fredbear. So you deserve to go here. You should not be a rip-off version of Fredbear, alright? But the only reason I rank you higher, the only reason I rank you there is I just don't really like the character that much. El Chip even made his way to Security Breach. I love the El Chip minigame in Hell Wanted 2. It's probably one of my favorites. With the first being the pizza one. So you, my good sir, will go next to Rockstar Freddy. What about Security Puppet? Is that a Funtime animatronic? He's got the face plate. Or is it she? I don't know. Nah, I probably rank her around here. Just because I don't really know much about her. Music Man. Let me just look at the other. I kind of like the later versions rather than this one. I don't know why. Also, he kind of makes me nervous in the UCN, so I'd probably put him around here. After these guys. There we go. Funtime Chica. Which, the only thing that infuriates me is that she was not in sister location, and that made me angry. So, you deserve to be much higher. You will go here. And your cupcake? I don't like the cupcake. You could just go down here. Better than these two. No, here. There we go. I won't rank these ones. They feel like side characters. Candy Cadet. Is there a ruined version of Candy Cadet? There is, so I have to rank them separately. Candy Cadet in the FNAF 6 and UCN is cool. Also, the fact he was even included in UCN. That is interesting. And it reminds me of something. Like, come get your kids, come get your candy. It's like he's trying to lure kids to his white van or something. That's the only reason why I don't like him that much. As much as the one in Ruin. So I'd probably put him around here. I like the rooted version, okay? Price King, Egg Baby, Henry. I personally believe this is supposed to represent Henry. He played a huge role, so he gets to be next to Michael. What about Trash and the Gang? I'm gonna rank them all together. since they're all technically they are the trash gang. Um, we have number one crate, Bucket to Bob, Mr. Hugs, Pan Stan, and Mr. Can. No. Yeah, Mr. Can Do. I don't know. It kind of it's kind of creative to have like trash characters. So I put him above Endo. I like the balloon. Mr. Hugs. And then this guy. There we go. Um, Fredbear. Ooh. I think he's actually just Golden Freddy, but as Fredbear. So I would say. Actually, I'd put him down here. Um, who else? Spring Bonnie. I'd probably put him in the same place. No. I kind of like Spring Bonnie a little bit, so I'd probably put him before Yendo. Old Man Consequences. Looks like a crocodile. What if Old Man Consequences was teasing Monty this whole time? No, not really. I I don't really have a problem with him, so I'd probably put him around here. Better than Endo 2. Alright, then we have Didi and Zor. Nope. Nope. Zor, I like Zor better. I will not do the anime characters. Why does the puppet look like that? It's so weird. Glitch Trap. We'll skip to Glitch Trap. Design, good. Roll. I kind of understand his role a little bit. My theory is that the Glitch Trap is supposed to be like a code from that was created by the Fast Entertainment using the Mimic. When they made the VR game, like they were trying to replicate everything, and he starts mimicking William Afton, and it plays a role in Security Breach. Also, Percy Glitch Trap is Burn Trap, so it's kind of a lot of people are confused, but I kind of understand it more. So it only makes sense to put him, I'd say, after Golden Cupcake, but before Normal Cupcake. I don't know who that is. Is this supposed to be Dread Unit? Wait, I think that's Dread Unit. It's just Hand Unit, so probably put him here. Oh no, wait. Is it that's Tori Unit, isn't it? No, that's Henry. Never mind. That's Dread Unit. Plush babies. I hate them. I hate them. Not as much as Didi though. Yes, you deserve to go there. You're absolutely horrifying. Dark Freddy. Hmm. It's still Freddy, but kind of also Shadow Freddy. So I'll probably put him here. No. Yes. No. Um. Where do I put him? Let's just put him here. Neon Bonnie and Neon Chica. I'd rank these two together. I think I'd rank Neon Bonnie next to Bonnie. Neon Chica. I don't know about the eyes. I'll probably rank her here. Burnt Foxy. I like this version of Foxy a lot, so I'd probably rank him around here. The glowing eye sells me well. The Party Freddy. I like it better than Dark Freddy. Also, the shot of Burn Trap is cool. Dark Foxy. I think it's better than not Burnt Foxy. And then we have. What the hell is that supposed to be? I don't know what these are supposed to be, so we'll skip those. We'll do Nightmare Endo. I don't like Nightmare Endo that much, So I'll probably put him around here. Hmm. I think these are supposed to be blacklight versions. I think these were scrapped. So we'll put them all down here. I actually don't like them that much anyway. Dreadbear. Oh no, is that supposed to be like Springtrap in the Ennard thing? No. Yeah. Actually no, I'll leave that one. Um Dreadbear. I don't know. He's kinda ugly to be fair. I think he's worse than Scraptrap personally. No, I think he's better than Scraptrap. Um Grim Foxy. I like Grim Foxy. He looks wicked cool, especially with the sickle. I think it's what it's called. So he probably goes higher. I'd say he's better than Bonbon. No, but I'm just gonna put him above Nightmare Foxy. It only makes sense. No, what? There we go. Much better. Um, and then we have Plushkins. These are actually called Plushkins. I like to think of them as mashed, no, masked plush babies, not mashed plush babies. Again, I probably hate these too. Never used them, but I just hate plush babies. You will understand why. But until then, that's how it's going to be. Um, ooh, Mr. Glamrocks. That was quick. Captain Foxy. I would say Captain Foxy is it's just Foxy. So I'll just put him next to Foxy. Percy, it's not better than the original. Um, Shadow Mangle is crazy looking. I think it deserves to go next to Mangle. It looks so cool. Also, it's in a similar camera angle too. So it deserves to go there. Glamrock Freddy. I think this is one of my favourite versions of Freddy. So I'd probably put him above regular Freddy. Also, he plays such a good role. He's such an interesting character. Yes, a lot of these are quite interesting. Book segment not complete yet. I haven't read them anyway, so there's really no point. Um. Okay. Glamrock. No, it's just Monty. Montgomery Gator. Hmm. He does. He is kind of. I do like his character, the moodiness, and his backstory a bit. So I would rank him okay. I would rank him good. I would say he deserves to go here. The Glamrocks are cool, but not that cool. Glamrock Chica. I personally think she's a very cool Glamrock variant. So I would probably put her above Funtime Foxy. No, I'd probably place her here. It only makes sense. It probably doesn't, but okay. Roxanne Wolf. Um, her character in Security Breach is kind of. I don't like how she's been to me, so I'll put her right here. And then we have Vanny. Her distorted voice is kind of puts me off. It doesn't really sound like Vanessa that much. Also, the fact that I like how she was. I hate the fact that she was portrayed a lot in the game, yet she barely gets any screen time. The only two times we see her was during that scene where we escape security office from her, as well as the mini chase we get when we were fighting Shattered Chica. So I kind of think her role was kind of overlooked. So but her character's great, so it only makes sense to put her here. Sun and Moon. I'm not sure about Sun, but I definitely like Moon. Sun is kind of cheerful, like me, obviously. So I would put Sun right here above Chica. Um, Moon. I love Moon. I like Moon. His creepy voice definitely adds. I think he's the only few characters in Security Breach that's actually scary, because the other characters don't really look that scary on their own, except for like Shattered Roxy, Shattered Chica, Shattered Freddy looks kind of intimidating. All the Glamrock Endos. Personally, he's probably one of the creepiest, so it makes sense to put him. We will put him here. Moon definitely has the creepiness to it. DJ Music Man. It's Music Man. Or DJ Music Man. I think he's a cool character. I think it's. I think the fact that he does play a little bit of role in the West Arcade, um, but other than that, he doesn't really play much bigger role in the rest of the game. Also, I'm just checking it to see if there's a ruined version of DJ Music Man. Yeah, there is. How in the I think he's one of the friendliest characters, although he did try to attack us. But he's probably one of the nicest characters besides Glamrock Freddy. So he deserves to go pretty high. So I'd say around here. Yeah, that should be good enough. Um, the wind-up music, man. I hate you, but you're easy to escape from. So I would put you above normal music, man, because I just like it better than normal music, man. Um, and then Glamrock Endo. I've got no words to say. Um, Gregory. He's a cool character. Um, he's the main character. He does stuff. I'm kind of annoyed he destroyed the animatronics. Even though they were clearly not themselves. So I would kind of put him below Roxanne. And then Vanessa, I'd probably put her next to Vanny. I personally believe they're the same person. Oh, I can't remember where I put Vanny then. Um, there we go. She looks kind of weird in that image. Shattered Glamrock Freddy. He looks kind of scary. Um, I don't like this variant of Freddy as much as Glamrock Freddy, as much as the normal Glamrock Freddy. So I'd probably put him around here. I'd probably put him after Spring Bonnie. Um, Shattered Monty. Uh, I don't know. Kind of reminds me. Kind of has like a normal crocodile. No, alligator. Sorry. A lot of people are gonna get upset with me now. Flint Breezewing, what have you done? Why have you called it a crocodile? Him a crocodile, even though he's clearly a gator. But I'm just going above Nightmare Freddy for now. And then what's that supposed to? Is that supposed to be a frozen Glamrock Endo? I skipped a few characters, but we're just gonna put him here. Shattered Chica. I feel kind of bad for Shattered Chica. Because I don't think she wanted to like do anything bad, but she was forced to, which kind of makes the story a bit more sad than the others. So she deserves to be kind of high. So I think I'll put her above Glamrock Chica. Don't worry. I hope we see you again in the next FNAF game. As for Shattered Roxy, she's definitely probably the scariest of the Shattered, which I like. So personally, I would put her right here. No, actually, I'd put her right here. Better than Withered Chica, but not as good as Nightmare Foxy. Struggling to put people in places now. Burn Trap. Personally, I believe it's Glitch Trap that used Glamrock endo parts and William Afton's body to construct himself, so he could be in the virtual world. However, when we kicked him out of the Vanny network when we played the Princess Quest games, we were able. He was forced to use Burn Trap to defeat us, which he failed and became part of whatever the hell this thing. His eyes look red, but they're purple. So, Burn Trap, his design is cool. It's better than Scrap Traps. But personally, I don't think it's as good as Spring Trap. So I would put him... I'm going to be honest, I'm going to put him right here. I don't know, I just like him a bit. And then we have Tangle. I don't understand what Tangle's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be Molten Freddy. I don't think Molten Freddy's entirely been erased from the FNAF story. So, I don't know. It just doesn't feel as relevant. So I personally would put it right there. There we go, Tangle. Um, Glamrock Mr. Hippo. I think he's better than I don't know. I'll rank him close to Mr. Hippo. Nope. Nope. There we go. Hat Pat. He's kind of cute, really. So I think I'll put him. I think I'll put him right here. Princess Quest. I think I'll ignore these. There is nah, I won't do Should I do Princess Quest? Yeah, we'll do Princess Quest. Apparently it's supposed to be. I personally believe this is supposed to be the Cassidy, the one you should not have killed, as like a redemption thing for like as like trying to help. But I haven't actually found a way to confirm that, so I have no choice but to put her right here. But I believe my theory is right. All the other characters I'm going to leave. That's just Grim Foxy, so we need to do that one. Cassie. I feel bad for what the Mimic did to her, so I'd probably rank her higher. I'd probably say around here. Actually, no. Yeah, there. MXCS. Why do you have a big chin, by the way? But other than that, his design's kind of interesting. I'm just gonna put him here, though. No, maybe here. I personally think that Ruin Monty looks insane. So he's definitely gonna go higher than this version. I'd probably rank him a bit higher. I'd say he's better than Toy Chica. Ruined Chica, I don't like her design as much as Shattered Chica, so I'd probably put her right here. Ruin Roxy. I love the fact that she redeemed herself when she saved Cassie from the Mimic, even if she did get plummeted down by an elevator. So I think she deserves to go here. Poor Roxy. Everyone say poor. Everyone make Roxy happy in the comments. Oh, this is interesting. We have Sun, Ruined Sun, Ruined Moon, and then Eclipse. Eclipse, I personally think is more stable. Kind of like him better than Sun, and I kind of like him better than Sun. Where did I put Sun? Right there. So I think he deserves to go here. I personally like him more than DJ Music Man. And then Ruined Sun. I'd say he's better than Sun. Ruined Moon, definitely a lot creepier, so I'd probably put him above. No, I'd put him before Moon. It's not as good, but it's still Moon. It's still Moon at the end of the day. Um, Ruined Glamrock Freddy or ruined prototype Glamrock Freddy. It's just Shattered Freddy with no head. So I'm just gonna put him next to Shattered Freddy. Actually above, no, behind. I think it will look really interesting with the head on. Also, the fact that he's the 3D image is awesome. Mini Music Man. I'd say they're worse than this guy, but better than this guy. Um, Helpy. I think he's secretly evil. So, and also he's not the real Helpy. So, we will put him here. No. Here. No. We'll put him here. There we go. The Mask Bot. I don't really care much for the staff bots that much. So we're just gonna put him here. I never really liked the mask. I never liked the staff bots anyway. Ruined Candy Cadet. I like him a lot better than the normal Candy Cadet. So I think he should go here. The Mimic. Definitely scary, definitely interesting. I also like the fact that he got his arm cut off in the elevator, so he's going down here. Right next to you. Technically, you both are the same person. Or similar people. This is technically just, this is just a Mimic again, so I'll just put him next to him. I wonder how we will defeat the Mimic. Glamrock Bonnie, if he wasn't shattered. We never saw what Glamrock Bonnie looked like afterwards, so... I kind of like his design, so I'd probably put him right about here. Also, I feel kind of bad. And then there's Ruined Glamrock Bonnie. I don't know what this thing's supposed to be. I think it's from a fan game. We will put him after him. There we go. Okay. We won't do Giant Cupcake because I don't understand the point. Mystic Hippo. I think he's better than Glamrock. I think he's better than all of Mystic Hippos. So you will go here. No. There. Okay. Carney. I think he's a nice character. I really like him a lot. So I will put you right around here. Burnt Carney. I actually don't like his design that much, so I'll probably put him lower down. I'll probably put him around here. Better than Mr. Hippo. That's just Glitch Trap, so we'll just put him next to him. And then we have Ruined DJ Music Man. I feel bad for DJ Music Man. I didn't really like. Oh, I didn't mean to put him there. Sorry. I'm sorry, DJ Music fans. I didn't mean to put him there. I put him behind him, but he deserves better. He does deserve better. I read a lot of theory videos about him. He deserves better. Jacko Moon. He has a very interesting design. The fact that he can barely see his sun rays, even though they're active, is really cool. So for that, I would probably put him around here. Very interesting character. And then we have the head chef. Again, don't care much about the staff bots. So I'll probably put him next above Massbot. VR Glamrock Endo. It's probably better without eyes, to be honest. M2 Mimic. Secret of the Mimic. I kind of like this design a lot better. We actually get to see him work as for this guy. Yeah, I personally think M2 will go here. His backstory is kind of interesting to me. Arnold, no, Dispatch. I never. I'm just gonna put him next to Hand Unit. They all deserve to be in the same group. Better Hand Unit. Um, Arnold. He did not deserve that. He does not. He doesn't deserve to just get lied to and then die again. Um, so we will put him behind. Can he get it? He does. There are a lot of these characters deserve better. Mr. and Mrs. Helpful. Uh, Technically the original Helpy. Although they're not Helpy, I think they're a lot better than Helpy is in that Helpy. So I would probably put them around here. For Mrs. Helpful, same place. The elephant. Where's the other elephant gone? What? What? Elephant? Elephant? Where did the elephant go? Oh, he's next to this pink one. We'll rank all the elephants together. I don't. The elephant really caught a lot of players off guard when they first saw him. Also adds a lot of creepiness, so I probably put all the elephants together. I'd probably put. You know what? We'll rank him above the Phantom Puppet. We'll rank Scary Orville above Orville, and we'll rank the Pig Elephant above that character. Okay, we have Jackie. Personally, my favorite Secret the Mimic character. Um, I like her voice. She was very scary. The chase was rather cool, where she was destroying everything, but the screen time was very short. Surely we could have had her appear at some point in the game, but she didn't. You better come back in Ruin to redeem yourself, or to be redeemed. So you deserve to go here. Jackie, you are awesome. Big Top. Personally, I find him and I like his song, I really do, but the character himself, I don't know. I don't really like him that much. So, as not as much as DJ Music Man at least. So I would probably put Big Top probably before Ennard. Busted Big Top looks crazy. The red eyes, oh my god, I think he's a lot better. So I'd probably put him after Pig Patch. He's still low because like yeah, he suffered a bad fate. Captain Springlock. Um Very helpful, very nice. I'd probably rank him behind Spring Bonnie. Where is Spring Bonnie? There we go. Behind Spring Bonnie, where you belong. Then we have First Mate Foxy. He's just a puppet. Doesn't really like have a major role. So I'd probably put him around here. Okay. Dolly. I'm gonna lie, she looks ugly. But I feel kind of bad that she's been left to rot for a while. But she does look creepy, so I'd probably rank her above Scrap Trap personally. Molten Dolly looks insane. In fact, she looks so insane. I don't even know what. I can't even tell what everything is. So I'd probably rank her higher, like around here. That's all I can really do for that. Party Time Chica. I hated her in the admin wing. She makes me. It's so nervous because she could literally just. She just moves to random places. It's very difficult, but the design is good. So I'd probably rank her behind Funtime Chica. No, behind the parrot. Okay. White Tiger. Probably one of my second favorite characters because not only one of the few characters. Kind of reminds me of Pigpatch now because Pigpatch has two different colored eyes around the same color. But also, it's technically a way of introducing Tiger Rock into the game, even if it's in the most creepiest way. It does add the supernatural in the game, as the Mimic isn't possessed by anything, at least not that we're aware of. So, White Tiger deserves to go pretty high. It might even make it here. Yeah, poor David Murray. Then that. Oh wait, that's Henry. Wait a minute. Then who is this up here? I knew you were tutorial unit. You're going down here. I guess you're at least better than Dread unit. Um, and then we have Sleepy Moon. To be honest, it's not as bad as I thought, but it's still terrible. So I'd probably rank her close to Dolly. Yeah. The only reason I put higher than Dolly, because he glows in the dark. That's really cool. This is just the Mimic. I think this looks kind of interesting, so I'll probably put him around the same spot as the Mimic. Um, then we have Kit. No. Wait. Who's this? I thought that was Foxy. Wait, was that not Puppet Foxy? We'll put. I think I'll rank all the puppets together. I can't remember where I put Puppet Foxy now. Um. Oh, right there. Oh, is that supposed to be the Foxy puppet that attacks you? Ah, I like Kit. He's cool. Borson. It's just a random character, personally. Oh, okay. Puppet Roxy. I love the eye patch in the eyes. Probably even better than Music Man. And then we have Renard. I like Renard's voice. It's so funny. I'd probably rank him above here. Um, and then we have the elephant. We'll put you with the other elephants. How about that? Probably better than Pink Elephant. And then we have the bird. I don't really like the bird. It kind of looks like a granny. We'll put all the birds together, even with a scrap trap. Okay. I think this probably looks better than scrap trap. The lion. Oh, the lion. Creepy. I'd probably put him above them. A pirate lion. A mustache lion. I'm putting a mustache lion there. It looks so funny. Okay. Does he have teeth? Ooh, birthday puppy. Okay. Um, we'll put him here above Shadow Freddy. I don't like his design that much. Okay. Sharpay. Kind of like Sharpay. He's kind of cute. So I'll probably put him here. I can't even tell if half these characters are he's or she's. A spotted Sharpay. And then we have the production line. Hedgehog Hudgy. I don't know why people don't like Hedgehog Hudgy, but I actually like him. So, I'm gonna put him up here. No. Actually, I think he's better than Molten Dolly. Yeah. And then we have red, green. Green's an interesting colour. And then the production line. I don't really. I'm kind of a fan of the production lines. I just don't like to put them close to each other. Also, are we going to ignore the fact that Jest and Lyrical Lemur are the only two costume variants to not have production line? Instead, Jest is replaced by a ruined old manky version. Wait, where's the zombie? Let me know if anyone gets that. Um, so the swing bee. I think it looks hideous, to be honest. Um, so we're gonna put her right there, or him. I don't know. Ladybug. I like the ladybug version better. I don't like the green one. Production line is not great too. Also, I actually like the mycelium men. The Solace eyes is kind of spooky, but I actually like the design. So I think I'll probably put it above Nightmare Chica. And then we have the orange mycelium men. There's so many different costume variants. It's so awesome. They need to keep doing stuff like this. Okay. And then we have the banana. I rank the banana high. In fact, that I like that character because it looks like a banana. I don't know what this thing is. Is this supposed to be like an older version of MXCS? Or is it supposed to be something else? I can't tell. Lyrical Lemur? I don't, I'd say he's better than the penguin. And then we have the mime. And then we have whatever this thing's supposed to be. Looks like a dog. I'll probably put him above Scrap Trap. I think I'm being mean to Scrap Trap. And then we have Jest. Kind of looks like Glitch Trap, to be fair. So I'll probably put him close to Scrap Trap. But not exactly the same as Scrap Trap. Okay. Okay. This video will not be edited because that's lazy. Because I don't know. It would just take so long. I kind of like the ruined version better. There we go. And then we have Mr. Afton himself. I don't like him that much. So I'm going to put him here. And then I think that's supposed to be. I don't know what that's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to represent Mrs. Afton. Better than William Afton. Um. Oh, that's Michael Afton. They're technically the same person, so I'll just rank him the same. Alright. And then we have the crying child. I kind of like the crying child a lot. I kind of feel bad for him. So I'm going to put him up here. Elizabeth, you should have done what you're told. So you're going with your papa. Actually, you're better than your papa. What about Henry? Okay, we'll put Henry back up there. Henry. We'll put him next to Michael. And then we have Charlotte Emily. I'll put her next to the crying child. A lot of these characters did deserve what happened to them. Some of them did. Edwin Murray, you are a rubbish father. You deserve to go at the bottom. Fiona. I don't like her design that much, but she's better than this person right here, so she goes higher. I kind of like David Murray a lot, so you will go here. Alright, and then we have all the... Oh, these are the missing children. Okay, they will all be ranked. They will all be ranked next to David. Okay, let me just give me some time to move them all up here. I have to admit, I don't like this version of Cassidy, but I have actually seen images of her, and they look actually kind of cool. So I think I will put her here. The Vengeful Spirit. I won't do these. I'll probably do these a different day. We'll ignore the FNAF world. You know what? We'll skip down to I've been doing this for a while, so I think we'll skip down to the movie animatronics and Twisted. Okay, so we've got Freddy. Definitely retains a lot of characteristics. So I think it's best to say we'll just put him before normal Freddy. And then Bonnie. I think he's funny. I think he's a lot better than normal Bonnie. So where's Bonnie? We're going to put him higher up. We'll put him around here. Chica. The fact that she's Abby's favorite kind of makes me feel like I kind of makes me like her a bit more. So it's only right to put her right there, right next to Monty. And then we have. Why does Springtrap look like that? You look absolutely disgusting. Um. Oh God, it's supposed to be Abby when. Oh yeah, that's Abby when she's corrupted. Um. And then we have the cupcake. Uh, Plays a better role, but I'd probably just go put her right next to normal cupcake. Better than normal cupcake, actually. It's the exact same cupcake, so I don't think anyone will notice. Foxy. He's a lot more terrifying. He probably deserves to go in A. Golden Freddy in the movie? I don't know. It doesn't look as scary as the normal Golden Freddy. So I think he deserves to go lower. Probably around here. Actually no. I think it might actually be lower than that. I don't know. I just don't think Golden Freddy was as valuable in that movie as it should be. Um Hold on, who else is there? Mike Schmidt. He did play a major role. I think he's a lot cool. I think he's pretty nice. I think above Arnold. Abby. Um, we've all. I suppose she does have a pretty interesting. She has a good role with the animatronics, a good bond. So I'd probably put her next to. I'd probably put her above Mike. Um, and then we have Vanessa. I feel kind of bad for her, so I'm going to put her up with game version of Vanessa. I know who those are supposed to be. And then we have the Yellow Rabbit or Spring Bonnie. So we're gonna. I kind of like this version of Spring Bonnie, so I'll probably put him next above this Bonnie. And then we have Matthew Lillard, the only actor in the lineup, one of the few actors in the lineup I actually don't know the names of. I think he did a very good job at being William Afton in the movie. I really do think he did very well. So I will put him above Michael. Yeah, they did very well. I don't know who that is, or that, or that, or that, or that. I don't even know who that is. Why is there a random dog on here? I can't remember who that is. I don't know who that is, or that. I know. I don't know these four characters. I definitely know who he is. So I am going to put you. Where do I put you? We'll put you with the other. We'll put you with the other missing children. There we go. Technically, he does play the role of one, so it only makes sense. Uh, oh, the backseat driver. Probably one of the funniest characters. I have to put him up pretty high. Um, it's just so he just gets to put in the most funniest scenes. So I probably put him um around. I probably put him behind Bonnie. Nope, let me put him behind Bonnie. Um, okay. I can't remember who these guys are. Is that Matt Pat? I'm probably just seeing things. I don't know why Balloon Boy's there. Also, it's supposed to be Endo 1. Um, well, we know what we have to do. We know what we have to do. I am not having you up top, my guy. But you're better than this guy, though. Um, and then, what's that? Sparky! I don't know what that is. Oh, that's Shreddy Freddy. Shreddy Faz Chair. I don't know. He's not really a character, so I won't rank him. Sparky. I'm kind of sad that Sparky did appear in the games. Maybe we'll get to see him soon. So I think he should go above Chica. Um. Okay. Got all the staff bots. I'm just gonna rank them all at the bottom. Oh god, this is gonna take me so long. We'll just ignore the others and just say they're all there. The Nightmare Own bots, however, they are definitely a lot better. Um, Toy Freddy. The voice of Toy Freddy is insane. He definitely makes Toy Freddy a lot more creepier than he should be. Definitely higher than Toy Freddy. He deserves to go in the cool tier. Maybe even better than Funtime Freddy. I just love his voice in the movie. Toy Bonnie. Definitely not better than Game Toy Bonnie. Also, I personally believe that Matt Pat did also a good job at playing Toy Bonnie's voice. Where is Toy Bonnie? I want to know how. Oh, I forgot he was there. So I'd probably put him above Golden Freddy because it's still Toy Bonnie at the end of the day. Toy Chica. She played an incredibly great role. I think she played a bigger role than a lot of the other toy animatronics. Like being Abby's friend, a lot better than Game Toy Chica. So I personally believe she should go around here. Yeah, I just like the movie version a lot more. Mangle. Mangle looks insane in the movie version. Yeah, absolutely amazing. So I'd probably put her above normal Mangle. Okay. What the hell is that thing supposed to be? Do they just put random characters in there for the fun of it? Oh wait, is this supposed to be Shadow Freddy? If that's Shadow Freddy, I'm gonna put you above normal Shadow Freddy. Um, Blue Boy looks very close to Blue Boy. I believe he's a lot better than the one in the games. So I'd probably put you about here, my guy. What about the puppet looks slightly different, and she's a lot scarier than the normal puppet. So I would definitely put you right there. Okay, not many characters left. I hope I'm not boring anyone by talking too much. We'll do the Charlotte and the Henry in this one, um, as well as yeah, we'll try and do as many as we can. Withered Freddy. Uh, he looks cool in the movie. I think he looks better than the normal Withered Freddy in the games, but he don't. But I'm kind of sad he didn't get much screen time, so I would probably put him around here. About Withered Bonnie. He literally got like a few seconds of screen time. That was it. Literally, attack for the vent, and that's all the screen time he gets. He's still a cool design, though. So I would probably put Withered Bonnie. Oh god, where did I put? Oh, yeah, he's right there. I think he deserves to go here because of screen time, personally. Um, Withered Chica. I personally believe she's a lot better than normal Withered Chica. Actually, no. Actually, I think they're about the same. So I think I'll put her next to Withered Chica. Uh, Withered Foxy did so well in the movie. The fact we actually got to see his thing malfunction is awesome. So we'll probably, I think Withered Foxy is probably my favorite version yet. I'm not gonna rank these because they're just puppets. We'll rank Abby since she looks so scary in this version. I hope we do not see this again, but it was a cool design. So we're going to rank her right here. Definitely has the scariness. Michael Afton in the movie. I hate the fact that he's evil. A lot of people suggest that he's probably possessed by Enid at the time, but until then, we don't actually know. So until I find out about that, I'm probably gonna put him in okay for now because he definitely does act like a bad guy if that was what they were intending him to be. So Henry, I think he has a lot more humility than the Hen. I think he has I think he's basically just like normal Henry in the game, but I think he's just a lot more has a lot more humility. So I think he does well. Charlotte Emily. I'm kind of sad that she's the bad guy, but she did well as the character. So I'd probably put her behind the vengeful. I put her next to the vengeful spirit. How about that? Is there any other characters left? I'm going to ignore the rest of these characters because I don't really know much about them and what their roles were. It's been a while since I last watched movies. So we'll move on to the last row. We'll do the twisted animatronics. Um, so we'll do Twisted Wolf. He looks insane. So I would probably put him in good. We'll probably put him around here. We will get where is okay, where is Twisted Freddy? He looks kind of ugly, so I'm probably gonna put him in here, probably around here. And then Twisted. The character designs look so cool. Twisted Bonnie. I think Twisted Bonnie looks rather menacing, so I'd probably put him before MXCS. I don't know. The Twisted designs aren't as great, and I just don't think it's that. Twisted Foxy, probably the one I like the most. Um, Above Twisted Wolf. I just don't like Twisted Chica. She looks absolutely disgusting. Um, so we will put her behind. I haven't read the books. It says that the books are not complete, so you can see there's images missing. Okay, and we may have missed a lot of the characters, but we ranked all the main ones. That's something. Um, at the moment, that's all the tier list I'm probably going to do for now. I'll probably focus on game live streams at the moment. But if you have any, if you have any like comments you want to mention about my tier list, feel free to do that. And tell me who your favorite animatronic is, or FNAF character, because I have a feeling I know what all my favorites are. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to look forward to more content in the future. Bye bye!